Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. All right, y'all, we out here in the back right now. It's time to cut again. I'm gonna wait until probably Tuesday to do so. I gotta recuperate from the trip, which was, when I say we had some fun, oh, that was one of our top family reunions, okay? We had everybody wasn't there, but we had quite a few to show up. We had so much food, it was a shame. I brought home enough food to last me for the next few days here, so I don't have to cook for a while, but it was wonderful. My baby is starting to drop its petals. I don't know if that means it's almost done. It's one of those ever-bearing sunflowers, but it's not looking the best right now. But I'll let it do whatever it's gonna do because I had never grown one, so here we go. So we'll see what happens as the summer progresses, but my favorite one is starting to drop its petals. As you can see, they dropped on their own. The blackberry bush has taken off since I cut it to the nub. See the new foliage on it? And we see the ever-loving mushroom in there. That means that soil is healthy. So we'll see what happens, but it's starting to really blossom. And I only cut it, what, 2 weeks ago when I put it out here? Our little female cucumber hasn't done anything. It's here. In fact, let me find it. See, that's flowers there, but there is a cucumber. Oh, there it is. Right, wait, hold on. Right there. There's the cucumber right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put my finger on it. This is a female. Only one on there. The rest of the cucumber, oh, there's another one. We've got two. Another baby one. But they're coming real slow. There it is right there where my finger is. Yep, that's the second one. Oh, wait a minute. There's a third one. Well, y'all, I done lied right there. Okay, and then we got more flowers coming, but we're gonna see what happens. Like I said, when I left it alone and just let it do what it's gonna do, all of a sudden, I've had now 3 females to appear. So we'll see if they'll grow and what they'll do before it gets diseased, because it's not looking the best right now. I don't like how it looks. Look at this, and dang, my fingers are doing, okay. I don't like how these leaves are looking. Something's eating on it. I think I've got this is the melon, the Crenshaw melon, and I don't know if I'm dealing with the beetle or perhaps a caterpillar. I have lots of butterflies fluttering around here, so it could be a caterpillar messing with the leaves. See how they're chewing around the edges? That lets me know it's something small. But in the meantime, I'm getting flowers, and it has reached the top. It's starting to run along the clothesline. So we'll see what those flowers do. Okay, let's walk over to the keyhole garden. One thing happened today. I get into the greenhouse, and remember I told y'all that I discovered that one plant was a patty pan squash and not the yellow squash like I thought and marked. I found a third one. And yeah, he's stressed. You know they're gonna stress. So I put the second one next to the other patty pan squash. And why is my borage laying down? The water hose might have knocked them down. Hold up. I don't want that borage. Okay. And it's starting to take off. And look, I got a flower. My first borage flower, y'all. See that? Right there. And the marshmallow is starting to kind of take off. But here's the patty pan squash. Here's your proof right there. See that patty pan on there? So hopefully something will come along and get it pollinated. If not, it should take off. Last year's patty pan in the keyhole garden took off, and by September, I had too many patty pans to count. I was just pulling them every day until we finally. Something that dug a hole in here, y'all. Oh, Lord. Okay, but anyway, I kept pulling them every day until the first frost hit. and the plant finally died off. So I've got this one right here. Lock and Key are doing good. This honeyberry plant, ooh, it's gonna get big. See how tall it's getting? And even Mrs. Honeyberry Key is doing good over there. The blueberry plant is growing, which is what I wanted it to do. The other one is growing up along the trellis. The cucumbers back there are growing pretty good, and he's finally reached the trellis. Didn't take him long, did it? He's there, and he's climbing. Okay, let's see what else we got here. The marjoram has gone to seed, so I'm gonna look up marjoram to see if that's something that I can cut, and I can cut and come again and dehydrate. Renee, after I saw your part 1 dehydration video, I said I'm just going to use the dehydrator for my herbs. Okay, let's walk over here. This video will probably go a little bit over 20 minutes. Okay, and excuse how I sound, y'all, because I'm still tired. Look at there. We're about to get flowers on the eggplant. Look at there. And this is the little fingers. These are the skinny eggplants. They're not the big giant ones. But I love these. So we're gonna get some fruit off of all 3. In fact, there's a flower right there. Didn't I tell y'all within a week we were gonna get flowers after I planted these once I planted this in the crate, separated them out of the table, I said they're gonna flower for me in about a week. And there they are. And they will get pollinated. Every year I put them in this spot, and they always do well for me. Green beans, green beans. Boy, when it's time for that first harvest, I don't know if y'all can see these flowers. They're everywhere. They're through and through. So once those green beans start growing, I saw a video where the guy says, pick some of those little ones once they start developing, because it will keep them flowing and keep those flowers going, and your other green beans will get bigger. So you let some of them get, to a decent size. But he said, pick a few of those small ones too. And he said, you can still use them. They're just small. And he said, that'll keep it flowering, and you'll just keep getting harvest after harvest. In fact, here we go. Here's one right here. See what my middle finger is? And excuse the dirt, because I've been digging in the dirt or soil. Look at all those. So I'm thankful. I've got new peppers, but something is messing with my pepper plants, y'all. Something's eating them. Number one, you see some of the leaves are full of holes. I haven't seen any slugs in here, but that's not to say that I don't have them. But here's a new pepper. Here's a new pepper coming. We've got flowers everywhere, as you can see. We got peppers coming everywhere. So we'll see what I get. But I've got a few new peppers with holes, and my sweet banana back here has a hole in it. So I'm gonna just cut around all that, make sure there's nothing in it. They're getting dehydrated, and I'm gonna be making a sweet pepper seasoning mixed, because I can't remember what every pepper is. But there's a new pepper there. Here's a new pepper here. Then y'all know I got this pepper over here. And I've got plenty more coming. Here's one right here that's coming. These are the Jimmy Nardellos. So I've got 1,000,000 peppers coming. So during the month, here's one right here. See that one? So during the month of July, I'm gonna be getting peppers on top of peppers. I did a harvest today. I've got little tomatoes, and we'll go into the greenhouse and I'll show you that in a minute, because I gotta show you something else. Okay. I've got the white crowder peas on one side. They're called white cream peas. I think these are the white cream peas, and as you can see, they have begun to vine. They are top pick. So they're gonna vine and they'll get long, but they're top pick. So the peas are gonna be at the top. This one has started developing peas. I think this is the purple hull, but I don't remember purple hulls looking like this, but I could be wrong, because it's been a couple of years since I've grown them. But I usually get a good harvest. Oh yeah, this is purple hull. There's one right there. See it? Where my hand is. That's a pea. Okay, so they're starting to produce. So you get your flower first, and then the pea comes after the flower. And I've got some more back there because I had plenty of flowers on here, but now I only see this one. So that's a new bloom right there, that yellow flower. So this tub is going to be used for next year's garden. I'm trying to move along because I'm already at 10 minutes. Because if I go over 30 minutes, I'm done. Okay, y'all, I'm almost convinced. If this didn't get pollinated, I got it pollinated. I pulled a pistil down from the male, but when I looked at the female, look how big it is. Oh, we got busy again. In fact, let's do some more. And I did this one too. I believe this one got pollinated. It's still nice and hard, but you know what? Even if I get disappointed and it's not pollinated, that's okay, because eventually I'm gonna get some of these patty pans, okay? And I believe that one was pollinated. And we got another male flower here, so it's not too late as long as that flower is on there. And let me put that pollination. And I made sure it got pollinated. I made sure I rubbed the powder, especially since that area you pollinate was big. Okay. The cucumbers are doing good. The corn is doing good, but you know what? One of my memory videos came up on Facebook, and the corn I planted in 2020, by the 6th of July, that corn was up as high as this fence. This isn't as high, but it's a different variety too, so I'm gonna just let it grow. This is the other patty pan squash, the third one, and I've got 3 patty pans on there and another one coming. And so it may or may not get pollinated. And yes, it's stressed, but it'll come back. Y'all know it takes a few days when you transplant or transfer a plant. So I've got it sitting right there, and I'll get it watered tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain. So it'll come back probably by Wednesday. Okay, so that's it for out here. So that's good news. At least I'll get a few crops. Okay, I'll get a few. So let's come into the greenhouse. And a special shout out to Crops and Robert, who came on yesterday and he watered the plants for me. This has died, y'all. One of the stems. Now this one, the new one, is still alive, but the leaves are dying on it. If it dies, I'ma just cut it down to the nub and see what happens. This is the raspberry plant that my friend gave me that did so well in the keyhole garden. So if I notice that this one starts dying, I'm gonna move it out back to the keyhole and let it thrive from there. It probably wasn't a good idea to put it in the crate. As you know, I make plenty of mistakes. My cantaloupe is doing pretty good. It's starting to climb the trellis here. I harvested, these are the tomatoes that I harvested, and they don't get no bigger than this. I don't even know what the variety is. I remember planting them and starting them from seed. So I've got a few because I'm going to taste one in a few minutes. And I plucked some strawberries too, y'all. Here they are. They're real small cherry tomatoes. Let's taste one and see what it tastes like. Whoa, this thing is powerful. And look at the more new flowers. So I got to do some more sucker cutting. I'm still loaded with these other cherry tomatoes. They just haven't turned green for me yet. They're the grape, I think they're called grape cherry tomatoes, or either yellow moon or something. I don't know what they are, but they've been there for weeks and they haven't turned red. So I'm gonna let these little ones, and here's some, you can see clusters of them back there. It's quite a few. I'm gonna let those turn red and ripen, because when they turn red, it releases a chemical that turns all your tomatoes red that's in the same vicinity. See, here's some more new flowers right there. So, and here's some more, you know. So what I'm going to do is let those turn red, the ones that are turning, that I just sampled from, and that chemical will release and turn those grape tomatoes red. But I think they're going to get bigger. So I'm going to just let them go. I haven't bothered them at all. I just watered them. I had a few ground cherries to drop. You can see the wrappers down there because I ate them. And more flowers are coming. Here's some flowers right there. So I'm happy that those are going now. My Korean Miller, flowers everywhere, all male. So eventually it'll produce a female flower. And once it does, then I'll self-pollinate it. That'll be easy. Oops, I just dropped my tomato. Throw that in the garbage. French tarragon is taking off again. My herbs are starting to take off again. So the next batch will be dehydrated. I got so much French tarragon up front. I think I'm going to cut it down, give it a good haircut again, cut some more of this, and I'm going to dehydrate just the French tarragon by itself. And then I can make some powder. And then that way I've got my French tarragon, not powder. I'll make some flakes. I'll just dry the flakes like you do rosemary. And that way I'll have French tarragon for the winter, because I do not want to go without that. Okay. Everything down here is doing pretty good. My little tomatoes, I wish they'd get a little bit bigger. But I'm going to let them turn. Well, they're not going to turn. They're going to be green. But you'll know when they're ready, hopefully. And I'm seeing if these flowers go on and produce a tomato on the purple Cherokee. In the past, those have come late for me. And then the squirrels got them before when I planted them. Look at my green beans, y'all. It's already starting to send off runners. These things aren't even 2 weeks old. So I'm thankful for those green beans, the pole beans. I've got 5 new runners on the strawberry plant. Here's one. And I've got a plant coming there. I'm not putting these in water. Remember I said that last batch was the last of the summer. I'm going to let this thing do what it does. Here's the second one. I've got one coming up. I've got one right here. That's another one that just came up. That's 3. So it's a lot of plants on there. Here's the 4th one right here. And I've got a 5th one somewhere. I counted 5. Oh, here it is. It's way over here. Okay, so I'm going to just let this do what it does. And this is going to be transferred at the end of summer. When it's time to put the strawberries to bed, whatever's there is going to be there. And I'm going to get it transferred into that tub that's on the patio table in the fall. And then I'm going to put them to sleep. They'll stay here in the greenhouse. And then next year when they come back, it'll be in a space where it can really thrive. And I think they'll survive the winter. I've got more strawberries coming over here from the pinkies. The Ozarks are actually doing better in here. They're doing better. The mint has taken off again. And these strawberries, those little ones that I clipped, these aren't going to make it. This one's going to die. That one, so I'm losing 3. And that's where remember I had that little piece that I saved? This one, on the other hand, has grown. See it? Right there. New leaf. So I'll be able to keep this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I've got a 7th strawberry coming. I'm going to let these die. I'm not going to take them out of there until they're dead. And once they're dead, then I'll take them out. This one will eventually be planted, and it's beginning to take root now. But I'm going to let it really take root before I plant it out. Okay, so that's it. Oh, the last thing in here is this came. Now, let me tell you how this worked. This one right here, number 4. This took in the keyhole garden. My experiment worked, y'all. I just stuck the stick in there when Robert and I propagated the first set of raspberries. So it's been about 3 weeks now. And I said, as an experiment, I want to see if it will take root in the keyhole garden. The other 3 in there did not take root. This one did. There you have it. See the leaves? And when I pulled it up. So, and it's doing good. So I went on and stuck it in there. Then the 2, this is the one that's my sister's. It has taken off. This one right here, next to it, is starting to take off. And that one right there is taking off. But I don't know. This one looked like it may be dying. Although it's sprouting a leaf. But I see the darkness on there. So we're going to see what happens. They could still die, y'all. So we will find out. So here's my harvest for the day. I let 2 of the strawberries get too ripe. They're smushed. And then the other ones, I picked them pink. And so, and they're nice and sweet. I tasted one, so I'll eat those later. Okay, so that's basically it for out here. So we're gonna go in, because then I can tell y'all about my trip. Let's see, we're at 20 minutes. I'm gonna end this and we're gonna come back for a part 2, because I do not like for my videos to go over the 20-minute mark. So we're gonna end this. This is the end of part 1. So we're gonna resume indoors in the back room, and I will tell you about my trip, what I found today to add to my vintage game collections, and we'll talk about the trip, and then we shall return. Wait a minute, what's this here before? Oh, that's the yellow squash plant. I see some flowers there. No females. Okay, we'll be back in momentarily. Bye-bye, and may God bless you all.